Okay, now let's keep talking about more specific names, more players about Real Madrid, more things and stuff. And let's keep talking about, for example, Martin Odegaard and how his situation in Real Madrid has changed completely after the injury of Toni Kroos. He was diagnosed with pubalgia, and of course, now the future of Martin Odegaard in Real Madrid is a completely different future. I mean, 5 days ago, we were talking about the possibility for the Norwegian player to leave Real Madrid because he didn't really know what was going to happen to them, because if Toni Kroos and Luka Modric are still on the field, still on the starting 11, and he doesn't have the opportunity he is waiting for, of course, he better goes out and play for Arsenal or even any other team. But now the situation has changed completely. As you can imagine, right now, if Real Madrid has to see how Toni Kroos has to spend about 1 month or even 2 months out of the squad, Real Madrid will need replacements, will need players. And of course, one of these players, one of the most important players that Real Madrid can use as a replacement for Toni Kroos is obviously Martin Odegaard. I mean, it is not the right replacement, because in my opinion, Martin Odegaard is a much more better replacement for Luka Modric, but still important. I mean, as you know, every time you lose a player in the midfield, you need more players for similar or close positions to that player you are missing for, I don't know, in this case for maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, we don't know. But the good news here is that now Martin Odegaard can see a very big chance, a very good opportunity right in front of his eyes if he is able to convince Ancelotti that he deserves to be in the starting 11 since the beginning. I mean, I think all those Madridistas, we all think in the same way. Martin Odegaard has to be in the starting 11 and deserves the confidence, deserves the trust of Carlo Ancelotti to be there. And the only reason for that is because Martin Odegaard is the next future of Real Madrid. So you can't keep sitting him down on the bench, because if we need a player right quick and right now to replace this super midfield that we've already been using for years, I'm talking about Toni Kroos, Luka Modric and Casemiro, that one is Odegaard. Also, as well, Fede Valverde. I mean, these two guys are the future of the midfield of Real Madrid. That is my opinion. I don't know what is going to happen. But of course, if you ask to me who deserves the most to be in the midfield of Real Madrid, that is Martin Odegaard. I mean, it's not a coincidence to say, okay, no more departures, no more on loan contracts for Martin Odegaard, because we really want him to stay in Real Madrid and become important and become, and succeed in Real Madrid and all this stuff. So if you are able to retain the player, it is because you are thinking that this player can provide to Real Madrid with a bunch of stuff. And of course, he has to be in the starting level. I mean, weekend in, weekend out. Every single weekend has to be in the starting 11. So that's why the situation for Martin Odegaard has changed completely. And of course, I'm very happy for it, because I'm looking forward to see how Martin Odegaard succeeds in Real Madrid. After 2 years, playing for others like Real Sociedad and Arsenal, I think that he really deserves to be for the first time in Real Madrid in the starting 11. And of course, like the other day with Rangers, I think I mentioned that. I mean, the way he built up the counter-attack of the goals that we scored, that Rodrigo Goes scored, that is exactly the way we are looking for. Super vertical, super straight, direct to the goal, to the rival area, and then the last pass, the last assist to Rodrigo Goes to finish the play. And that's it. That is exactly what we are looking for. We don't need more players moving the ball around, moving the ball sideways with security passes and all the stuff. We don't need that anymore. We need players who really dare to be more vertical, sharper, and super quick, that are able to build up counterattacks in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying? And Odegaard is that kind of player. So now let's keep moving forward and let's talk about situation of Luka Jovic, because nobody knows exactly what is going on, but of course something is going on here with the Serbian player. According to this information, Real Madrid is considering to sell the player or give him on loan 1 more year, right? It's even more important to sell the player rather than to give him on loan. okay, to be more specific. For them, for Real Madrid, Luka Jovic is a player who has failed in Real Madrid, and of course, he doesn't have the talent and the skills to play in the level he's supposed to play in Real Madrid. But according to this information as well, Luka Jovic is begging for an opportunity to succeed in Real Madrid. The problem is, ahead of him is Karim Benzema. And Karim Benzema right now is on fire. I mean, he came back to the national team of France, and the only reason why he came back is because he was doing a great job in Real Madrid. And once you have to the number 9, to the striker, in the best moment, in the best shape ever, it is going to be so difficult for you to have a chance in Real Madrid. So that's why Real Madrid right now is a little bit hesitant when it comes to Luka Jovic, because they don't know exactly what is the best for us. And let me tell you what, Mariano Diaz is not anymore an option for the number 9, for the striker position in Real Madrid. So if you sell Luka Jovic, you will run out of forwarders, of strikers, because Miguel Latasa, the youngster, is still a very young guy for replacing Karim Benzema, just in case we need a replacement for the French player. And the other thing is that you can't afford to have only one player, only one striker for the whole season. I mean, you really need replacements. You really need more players for that position. And the funny thing here is that we had to Borja Mayoral, but we decided, I mean, it was not up to us. It was up to Borja Mayoral, who in the last moment decided to change Madrid for Rome and stay there for a couple years. So the only reason why we don't have more strikers is just that. It's a combination of circumstances that had led us to this kind of weird situation where we don't exactly know what to do with Luka Jovic, whether sell him or retaining him for the team. Of course, he's not a great player. He really thinks that he can succeed in Real Madrid if Carlo Ancelotti gives him the credit enough to keep playing for Real Madrid. But of course, my opinion is very similar to the club's opinion. This guy is a very good player, but I'm not sure about the level he has for playing in Real Madrid. I'm not sure if this is the right player for Real Madrid. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful with Luka Jovic, but in my opinion, he's a much better player when he plays for, not worse teams, but more kind of secondary teams or teams that normally are in the middle of the standings, like Eintracht de Frankfurt, maybe Everton, teams like that, but not a front runner or not the most or the best team in the different countries or domestic leagues. So let's see what happens, but Real Madrid might sell Luka Jovic. And the last news I have for you all is about Camavinga and trying the same formula that David Alaba tried to arrive to Madrid. Camavinga could do the same, and we might see Camavinga arriving to Madrid the next year through the same formula, the same process Alaba went through the last year. So Camavinga for sure is not going to renew his contract with Rennes. And that is something his agent, Jonathan Barnett, has said to Real Madrid and the newspapers and everybody. So everybody can know that he will be available the next year. Camavinga only has 1 year contract left, right? So he might be able to negotiate his future with anybody as of January the 2022, which is very good for Real Madrid because we might sign a player, very young player, for free. A player who has been worth about 80 million euros. I mean, Rennes was asking about 80 million euros, 70 million, 60 million. I mean, numbers like that, completely crazy. So that's why Real Madrid ruled out to launch a bid for Camavinga in the past. But if you are able to sign this player for free, that would be a completely different story because you don't know how Antonio Blanco will evolve in Real Madrid. And if something happens, if he doesn't evolve in the way he was supposed to and things like that, then you can sign to Camavinga to add a little bit more value to your team in the position of, not the center back, but the Casemiro position, which is the defensive midfielder. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, if we are a little bit patient, we might see how 2022 turns out in the best year for signings and new upcoming players and things like that. But we have to be patient. Apparently 2021 is not going to be the year. 2021 only will see if happen, the arrival of Kylian Mbappe, but that's it. Apparently, we are not going to try to sign more players and reinforce the team with more different players for different positions and stuff like that. So let's see what happens, but this is what I have for you all about Jovic, Odegaard, and Camavinga. Now, smash the subscribe button, and of course, stay tuned to the channel because we will still tracking and monitoring the situation about Real Madrid news.